intended to kill Stephanie due to her alleged infidelity, the accusations that had haunted him for years finally reaching a point where his mind convinced him that violence was the only possible resolution. Mayweather, described as treating Earl like a brother, attempted desperately to calm him down, his voice pleading through the phone screen as he urged Earl against violence and suggested that he should get a divorce or leave the relationship peacefully rather than doing something he could never take back or undo. But Earl was beyond reason at this point, his judgment clouded by whatever substances he and Stephanie had allegedly consumed throughout the night, and his emotions twisted by years of unresolved suspicion and jealousy that had consumed him completely. Mayweather then heard something that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Heated arguments between Earl and Stephanie, followed by Stephanie's screams piercing through the phone speaker, a sudden silence that felt like the world holding its breath, and then the thunderous crack of gunshots echoing through the device.
And then he reached down and put out a gun. I said, man, what are you doing with that gun? He started shooting.
Approximately 10 shots were fired at Stephanie, each bullet tearing through her body with devastating effect, striking her head, torso, and legs as Earl ensured there would be no chance of survival, no opportunity for medical intervention to save the woman he claimed to love but could no longer bear to live without controlling completely. Earl briefly returns to the FaceTime screen, informing Mayweather with chilling calmness that he had killed Stephanie and now intended to end his own life, followed by another gunshot that Mayweather heard through the phone as Earl turned the weapon on himself, placing it against his head and pulling the trigger one final time without hesitation.
And then he shot her, and then he put the gun to his head. And that's what it was. Then I had to bury my best friend.
Neighbors in the 600-unit complex, alerted by Stephanie's screams in the initial barrage of gunfire, immediately called 911 around 7:30 in the morning.
We received a radio call of several shots being fired inside the location with a woman screaming. So the officers responded immediately. We were able to contact the person who made that phone call, get some additional information, and they made a decision at that point to make entry into the location.
LAPD officers arrived promptly at the 300 block of Hauser Boulevard, but upon approaching the locked bedroom door,
the man living here in an apartment just beyond this gate here in the Palazzo Apartments. This all unfolded, you can see, from Sky 5 around 7:30 this morning. A neighbor calling 911 after hearing gunshots and screaming from a woman in a next door apartment. We're told the initial call said that as many as 10 shots were heard. Patrol officers arrived on scene. They entered the apartment. They found a back bedroom door closed, and when